Match. Oh, today is Thursday. Mhm. Okay. Sure, I got everything. Um, oh, allopurinol. Okay. What's the little one? I forgot what the little one is. That's the blood pressure medicine. What's in here? Is that the beet? It must be the beet one. It must be the beet one. Okay, let's see who all is in here. Magical Girl, what's up? D, what's up? Cherie, what's up? Kid Danger, what's up? Hi, Dustin. Hey, Danielle. No, I didn't see that. Hey, Micheline. Um, Up in the air, but y'all see what I did to my head? Y'all see this bump? So I was rolling my landing gear. Y'all see it? It's a big old knot. See it right there? And I looked down on the ground because I was kind of in a weird area. Okay, I'll look at it. And I was rolling the landing gear. You know how you do this, like with the handle, which is why they tell you safely it's not the best way to do it. So I looked down at my feet because I just kind of watched to make sure ain't no critters because it was kind of dirt. And just I had a lot going on in my head. And next thing I know, pop and hit myself in the head. So anyway, I got my ice bag and I'll be putting it on my head and I'll do a little ointment. It didn't cut anything. It just gave me a nice bang. So it'll be probably a little blue tomorrow or bruised, but I got my little bag going on and I'm gonna put it on my head and got the little cold thing going on. James, I'm doing. Hey, Shay. I'm doing. James, have you been on the channel before? Atkins, welcome to the channel if you haven't. I apologize if you have and I don't recall. Hey, magical girl. Y'all, I have not slept. I haven't had a good sleep lately. I don't know what's going on. I just didn't sleep good the other night. A lot going on in my head. No, I'm not going to sleep right away. Actually, they told me that not to even head to the facility until probably tomorrow morning because I guess they close at 2200 or yes when I get my hours back. Hey, Katina, what's up? Um, and then I'm gonna bobtail probably back to that facility where I dropped the trailer and go ahead and pick up the and go pick up that other empty. They told me it takes them sometimes a while because they got a lot. I called Yon. I know, right? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Excuse me. So I did it again, thinking about it. D, hello, hello. Hold on, let me see what D is saying because D was doing some stuff with trucks and stuff. Was thinking about buying trucks. Okay. Yeah, I know you like Andrew Yang there, Dustin. I hate to say it, and I like some of his philosophy, but I don't think he's going to get it. But I think he brings some good stuff to the table. That much I think. And sometimes that's what it takes. It just takes running, and then you bring enough good stuff to the table, and hopefully somebody will pick that ball up and run with it. That isn't who you expect. I hate to bust your bubble, but I do think Trump is going to get in again. I don't think the Democrats are going to get it, and I don't think any independents are going to get it. Trump is going to walk right back into the White House. He's gonna walk right back into the White House. Not a doubt in my mind. Like it, love it, or lump it, he's gonna walk right back in the White House. I don't, like I said, not one doubt in my mind that's what's gonna happen. Let's see who all is in there. Okay, let me see. Anything funny to tell you? Well, I got another student coming on the truck. His name is Cody. That's the one I told you I'm not your mama. So Cody did contact them, and he will. They're gonna make arrangements for him to get on the truck. I think he's gonna end up. I got to go to Illinois. I'm supposed to be going to Illinois. I don't know exactly all of what's gonna happen, but we're gonna probably have a load that's gonna drop in Rochelle, Illinois. I pick it up tomorrow. I'll be dropping that load in Rochelle, and then they're gonna get me some other load, and then I'm gonna go. But I don't know that I'm necessarily gonna stay with this company. There's a lot of stuff going on from that situation with that girl, and not so much her situation. At well, it is disconcerting that the company didn't handle it properly, but it was something she said during the conversation. So, kind of getting to what's going on. She had told me during the conversation that the guy that the pervy dude, the first pervy dude, he had gotten a notification on the Qualcomm that he was being switched over to the corporate. So, similar to the Night Swift situation, this company that I work for was acquired by a parent company. That parent company is a extremely large trucking company similar to Swift. They're not as big as Swift, but they're up there in that Swift vein as far as size. They are a starter company. Um, they're based out of Tennessee. They acquired the company I'm with. They acquired two other companies. Um, there are some things that transpire that are making me think that their acquisition is going to be even. Well, they've acquired. They had them for a while now, but I have zero desire to work for the parent company. If I work as a subsidiary under someone else, like I'm doing here, I was semi okay. But now, as things are transpiring, I'm starting to wonder how soon the major acquisition is going to happen, to where all of a sudden you're gonna go in there and there's gonna be people who work there and people who don't, and they're going to be assimilated under the parent company. And for some people, being assimilated under the parent company is going to be extremely uncomfortable. Um, the parent company, I'm not a fan of in the trucking industry. I had two drivers that were trying to recruit me to them when I first came back into trucking, and unfortunately, I decided not to go because a they told me about some kind of team thing for an extremely long period of time, and then on top of that, the company was huge on the whole idle thing. And if you went over your idle, whatever their idle settings goals were, they then went and took that money out of the paycheck of the driver. And that to me was like, are you crapping me? Because I can't. I can't. That to me is just insane, because you're too cheap to put APUs on the truck. But if you're gonna go that route, then most starter companies are that way. That's fine. But to take it out of the person's, I have a problem with that. Huge problem. And I'm shocked. I don't know if they're still doing it, but if they are doing that, I'm shocked that nobody has filed a grievance against them. Um, because to me, they should definitely get a lawsuit for that. Um, I talked to Grumpy. I did talk to him because I had to have Danielle go over and get a picture of my insurance card so I can see my doctor when I go back in a couple weeks. Um, I can tell his age is getting him because his logic is just really weird. I mean, granted, he's weird in general, but his logic is more weird than usual. So, like I said, you take the card out to Danielle so she can take pictures of it. So he's going, well, do you want pictures of the front and the back? Give the card to Danielle, she'll take pictures of it. Well, I'm trying to see if you want pictures of the front and the back. Why? Do you have a photo machine where you're going to photo it and take her the copies out there? Danielle knows what to do. Just give it to her. We're having those kind of discussions, like just logic stuff. Like it doesn't his the way he thinks it doesn't compute. He's weird. He's dude's weird, but nothing majorly funny. Um, I have nothing on the funny side. I have something on the irritating side, but nothing on the. So this company, and and I don't want to be one of the jumpers. And I had somebody put on there that it's not like if you put in a bunch of applications, that tarnishes your record. That's not what tarnishes your record. Jumping companies can. But unfortunately, in the industry and climate we're in, I think companies are so desperate for folks they ain't really paying attention under trucking. And if I tried to go back in a corporate job, that might not look as well. But in trucking, trucking is a different beast altogether. It doesn't look good in a lot of trucks. Some trucking companies you to move too much, but sometimes you ain't got a choice but to move because it's just so much foul craziness. Um, I ended up at the shop on Saturday because there was that wire hanging from my truck. And they told my driver manager that the dang truck was ready on Monday and that it had been ready shortly after I got there. Well, come to find out, that was false. All that was a lie. And I guess some folks got in trouble for it. But after that, all of a sudden, I start getting these really low miley runs. Like yesterday, they gave me a run. It was 75 miles one way and 50 miles the other. So that wasn't even 100 and some miles. I'm like, I had to call him. I was like, look, do y'all have shuttle drivers or day cab drivers? He's like, oh, what's going on? And I said, did you see this run they just sent me? So I've been doing shuttle work. Like I took a load from Arkansas down to LaPorte, Texas. That ain't nothing. That's a day run. And then have time left over if they unload you quick enough. And then from LaPorte, Texas, I went up to Baytown, which is just up the corner. And from Baytown, I went back to Tyler, Texas. That's not any miles, and then you take so long because you're doing the same thing you do with a long run, and you only have to do that major of a pre-trip. Then you can do what I call your little minor pre-trip. Kick the tires and go around, open the hood, make sure your fluids, make sure you don't have anything leaking, all that good stuff. And that's a quicker inspection. But your initial inspection or the inspection for someone who you're going for like something churchy, especially when it comes to like baptism, things like that, or any kind of anything like that. How can I put it? Um, Trying to think what's the best way to put this. Me and my niece were just talking about this. Anytime you have something important, doctor's appointments, things like that, and you're talking to the people at the company and they're kind of funky, it then makes me think, well, okay, supposedly freight is slow, said no one ever. Okay, Magic Girl, you gotta have to. Yeah, it is inhumane. I have problems with that. What do you mean supposedly freight is slow and no one ever? No one ever what? Explain that. I do know I heard some things about freight issues, and they're blaming it on the tariffs. I don't know if that's the case or not. He did say something about the load pool and all this other stuff. But they were giving me long runs over the weekend, and all of a sudden, after an issue with the trailer, where I had to put it in the shop, I had to take it, and then they were supposed to have fixed it and all this other stuff. Um, all of a sudden, I'm getting these little low runs, like 200 miles, 400 miles, day cab stuff. So I had to talk to him. I'm like, look, are you trying to starve me out? And if you are, what's the reasoning behind it? And he's like, no, no, I don't want you to think it's that. I don't want you to think it's that. I said, well, the person doing my loads was giving me really good runs. Now all of a sudden, after the whole weekend fiasco, because they probably think I was being a lackadaisical driver, and I wasn't. It was your shop who told me, that red tagged the trailer and never fixed it and told y'all it was fixed and didn't. Um, I said you need to talk to her because maybe this is, I hate to say retaliatory, but at first that's what I was thinking because I'm like, this is no miles. I mean, yesterday I have 1,000-mile run to get back to Arizona, and today I got a 300-mile run and not do anything else. Hey, hey, DL, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Where you been? So I don't know if this trying to starve you out. I'm getting burnt because I really just want a decent company, and I really didn't want to be back in starter company. And the more like I talked to Danielle today, and I've sat too long with too many truck issues from jump with this company, so I am a little bit perturbed. I'm gonna let y'all know I am perturbed, and I'm trying to decide. I normally give a company like y'all forgive me. Hold on for a second. Hold on, y'all. This is what I'm propping it on. I don't have a stand back here. There we go. Okay. I normally give a company how long? Like 90 days. And looks like they always say there's a 90-day trial period. I normally give a company 90 days to see how they'll do. And if the company is still full of shenanigans, I then go ahead and start looking for something else. The problem is it's a lot of jumping, and I don't want to jump a lot. I just want a good company where I can go in, do my job, let me run my loads. It's just like it's last night I went to Tyson. Again, this is a because it's one of these little shuttle runs. Shuttle runs don't always mean quick. There could be drama in the paperwork. They couldn't find the paperwork. So then I gotta wait for her to go in, find it in whatever system, then reprint the bill of ladings. Again, this is just a little run. It's only supposed to be a day. Well, because of all the shenanigans that happened overnight, my run that I should have had hours, I still had 6 hours left on my drive clock. My 14-hour clock ate up by the time I last night I got to the terminal. They then had to do an inspection on my truck. Okay. Not to mention, I still stop at the bathroom, pee, do what I need to do. They do an inspection on my truck. That inspection should have been done when the trailer was red tagged. They didn't do it because they wanted to get out the office. So they didn't do my inspection. So now I'm detained to do the mandatory inspection that's supposed to be done every 30 days. That should have been done on Saturday when I got there. So that slows me down last night. Then I get to Tyson and they can't find the load paperwork. That slows me down. Um, have to go scale the load. What else did I have to do with this load? Had to scale the load, went to Tyson, had to drop the trailer, do my pre-trip stuff. Oh, there was something else with this load that was weird. Something else that happened, and I can't remember. Anyway, head out. You're gonna have construction on your way in. Dealt with that. Something else that delayed it. I did the scale, and there was something else. I just can't think of it right now, guys. I can't think of it. There was something else that happened on the load. Well, anyway, I finally got the load here and have to drop the load, but all that ate through my 14, all the little nitpicky stuff ate through the 14-hour clock. And oh, I had to go wash the load out. That was it. I was like, I had to wash the trailer. So all that eats through your 14-hour clock, and this is all for a run that's like under 400 miles. This is why I don't like short runs. If I go through all that work, then I want something that's going to net me some money over time. It's been shenanigans. It's been straight shenanigans. So I hopefully get the student on here, make a little bit of money with him, and preferably he can drive. Um, yeah, he at least I think he's a Christian guy, but the baby is a baby because he wants you to do a lot of stuff for him. And yeah, so we'll see. But I don't know if they were doing it out of retaliation or if things were slow. Um, the girl told me that they had told this guy he had moved over to the parent company, and I'm like, why did they move him to the parent company? So I'm wondering if they are getting ready to do the full transition over to parent company. And like I said, the parent company is a group I do not have any desire to work for based on they woke me up over in sleeper birth. I remember the people who worked for them that were trying to recruit me told me that yes, if you go over your time, they will bill it to you. They will take it out of your pay. Oh, hell no. And you trying to be cool. I got 6 years in the game. And there's people with longer skin in the game than me. And I'm gonna tell you what, that's some inhumane shiznit. Is to be um pulling these. I got chili from Wendy's. It's just inhumane. Thank you, DL. Please hit that like button rank the video, share it out. Hey, Chicago BBW, what's up? If you don't like it, somebody else might. So yeah, share it out so everybody knows my channel. But yeah, I don't know. Right now, I'm gonna weigh some options. Nikki looked at some things in Arizona for me. I want to be able to home time between Texas, Arizona, possibly sometimes in California because I go to my little sushi spots. Portland and Washington, I like those areas. I wouldn't mind doing that. I was okay with Tennessee, but Tennessee's not like a necessary thing. So anything that 11 Western, including Texas, and there's a company there. It is dry van, but I'm gonna be talking with them because while I'm on home time, if that's an option, I might take it. Um, this company I'm concerned because, like I said, I have zero desire to work directly for the main company. I just zero desire to work for the main company. Oh, let me see if I can get this for y'all. I want to show y'all this. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I had this from Danielle Kane. I don't Danielle Monet. She got this right here. It's so good. It's tangy. I think it'll be good on fish. Um, very good. I'm gonna mix some of it on my chili because it's really really good. And uh, Monet introduced me to it, but I picked up a bottle of it at Texas Smokehouse Best. They had it. And they had like a spicy hot section, and that was there. So I don't know how it's gonna taste in Wendy's chili. I love Wendy's chili. So I don't know how it's gonna taste in here, but I'm getting ready to try and find out. Little zing. Hmm. Let's add that chili oil in. I use their chili like a dip. When I do salsa and chips, so I do it like a dip. But yeah, I don't know if they're starving you out or if it is the fact that freight is slow because he said something about the freight pool, um, and that there were issues with it. My other question was, is the parent company taking over because we have started seeing reefer or some of so the company I have, I saw their logo, and then one of the subsidiary company with their logo underneath, which makes me think that it could be kind of a what I call a quiet before the storm. So what you do is you gradually kind of spoon fed people, and then you just bang them in the head and say this was going to be. Because the goal is not to lose too many folks. You may lose some, but you don't want to lose a lot. That's the goal. But that goal is not always achievable. But other than that, nothing's going on. I mean, the company's okay, and I think it's probably an okay starter company, with the exception of what that young girl went through, and that needs to be addressed. But it wasn't the parent company was partly for actually was a parent company who put her in the room with the guy. Um, yeah, it was them. Like my hands, I just rub my nose, wet ones. Um, so it was them that did that, but I also think out around there it wasn't handled properly. And I know they've offered her some, and I don't know if it's trying to just make smoother waters because the baby just started in her own truck, but she really she was very distraught. Me and Danielle talked to her, and you could hear, in my opinion, she's a victim who has not spoken about what took place, and that can be just as mental as anything else. Um, so I think that that has had an impact, but she's scared she might lose the job, and she's got bills, so she's not going to say anything. And I mean that's her right. Me, I might go ahead and just cut my nose off and go ahead and deal with what I'm gonna deal with. But I'm also somebody who understands there's a big shortage in the industry. But I'm also somebody with experience. She doesn't have hers yet. So sometimes it's easy to tell people what you think they should do, and you're not in their shoes. I'm guilty. We all are. We all are. Anyway, I'm not gonna make this a long live because I am getting tired. I'm gonna eat. I'll probably do a live sometime here, maybe before Mr. Cody gets on the truck, and talk about some things. And I can't wait to get to Arizona so I can sit down with Nikki and we can talk. But I don't know if they're trying to starve you out, which I had brought up to him, and he's like, no, 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 that's not what we're doing. We're having problems with the load pool. And then when the girl told me that the guy all of a sudden was moved over to the parent company from this company with no warning, that raised red flags to me that that might be what's about to happen, and that's what's going on with the load pool. Um, because also this company used to have freight all across the U.S. Now they talking about they mainly only do their main most of their freight is their is in the East Coast. I'm like, I mean, excuse me, yeah, on the East Coast. But the parent company does a lot of freight on the East Coast. So I don't know if somebody's maneuvering it that way or not. So I got a lot going on in my head right now. Now I talked to my niece. The reason I started the live late is my niece was on the phone with me, and she just quit her job, and she said she felt God was directing her like 3 years ago to leave, but she made really good money. She's working for PayPal, and she said, but stuff hit the fan, and she left, and she started praying and praying, praying, and she took a little about a $2 pay cut, but she lives at home. So she's going to nursing school. I told her everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And so God, we knew she knew. Well, we didn't know that this other person worked there, but the person that worked there happened to be one of the ladies from our church, and met her at the front door as soon as she found out who it was. Gave her a big old bear hug and said, "You're gonna get the job. Answer the questions tomorrow, and the job is yours. You already got it." And so I said, "That's nothing but favor." And so it's like she went from $20 an hour to 18. It's not gonna kill her, and she's at home. And I said, you know what? Sometimes God opens those doors because that's going to put you in a position to become a nurse you want to come, or whatever God's going to do, He's doing. Um, I'm kind of praying in the same way. Lord, lead me to a company where I can just do my job and be left alone. I don't know if that's trucking or corporate, but open the door and close whatever necessary door. So we're gonna see. I don't know. Um, we'll see what God does. Okay, so you're seeing the freight is messed up west. We'll see they're saying well, but yeah, but I'm hearing them. They're giving me 200-mile runs, 300-mile runs. Um, but this weekend I had a 1,000-mile run going west coast until the trailer issue. Then on Monday, 150, 75. I ain't making no money. I got bills. Look, I don't have a lot of bills, but I got stuff I need to do. I got a doctor's appointment coming up, meds. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the student thing. And like I said, I might push through. But like I said, there's things that's bothering me. I don't want to hear about idle. You know, it's Peterbilt. Everybody love Peterbilt. It's a beautiful truck. That's for storage. But give me a small Freightliner with a refrigerator and an APU and an inverter. I'm happy. Because eating out all the time is expensive and it's already not good for you. So I have to see. Anyway, y'all be praying for me. I'm gonna take my butt to bed because I can tell I'm getting tired. And I just want to check in and let y'all know. So I'll let y'all know more. I'm gonna pray on everything and see how God directs me. But I got to see some differences, and I got to see. We'll see. Because I just want to, if I can get a company to just give me decent equipment, let me do my job without no hassle, and pay me decent wages, I'm a happy camper. And don't be calling me, pushing buttons, and trying to talk crazy. So I'm not asking for a lot. It don't have to be a perfect company. I don't need perfect. Right, y'all. Let me fix this because my GPS just failed. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace. 2 and 2. Thank you, magical girl. I pray I do. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've had in the last 2 weeks. That's what I'm saying. Between the breakdowns and all that other shenanigans, that's pretty much what I have had the last 2 weeks. And I haven't seen that low of money since I first started Swift back in 2010 when they were paying 26 damn cents a mile. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. You know, I done been broke down, and then you up here with the conversations about idle. That stuff you do in a starter company. And I've got 6 years in the game. I don't want to hear about that. But yeah, y'all see that knot? My little knot is a knot. Yeah, I'm gonna put some ointment on it and put my pipe pack on it and pass the hell out. I don't have a headache or anything because it just really just clipped here. But I knew it was gonna be a knot because I could feel it. I told Danielle, and Danielle said I was just having my day overall has been jacked all the way around. Um, there was shenanigans with the whole trailer stuff, and I don't even want to really get that far into it. I need to reevaluate. Anyway, peace. 2 and 2, y'all.